Hi guys, it's Grace from Grace Gets Gastric. Today is Tuesday, March 20th, and I am here today with my week 11 post-op VSG update. So to jump right into stats, again, my name is Grace. I am 5'8", 27 years old, and on January 2nd, 2018, I had the Vertical Sleeve Gastrectomy, or VSG, weight loss surgery. My high weight was in May of 2017, and it was 354 pounds. I lost 35 pounds during the pre-op phase, and on my starting weight day of surgery was 319 pounds. Last week I came at you with a weight of 277.7 pounds, and today I weighed in at 275.2 pounds. So that is a weekly loss of 2.4 pounds, a loss since surgery of 43.8, and a loss since my highest weight of 78.8 pounds. So that is a little over 2 pounds, almost 2.5 pounds for the week. I seem to be losing at a fairly steady rate of about 2-ish pounds a week. I look back the past 3 weeks, it's been about how much I'm losing. And I'm fine with that. It's good. I'm doing everything that I should be. I am eating between, 700 and 900 calories every single day. I'm keeping my protein high. I am keeping my carbs relatively low. I am drinking usually at least 80 ounces of water a day. I'm taking all my vitamins, and I'm more active right now than I have been, I think, in pretty much my entire adult life. So, I'm doing what I should be, and the weight will come off. And I was talking to, I think, Gastric Measures. He's on YouTube. I'll link him above. But just like how it's so easy to get into your head about the scale not going down fast enough. You want it to be, you got surgery, you got this major thing, you want to just, all the way to just pop right off. And I've talked about this before on my channel as well, like the 2 pound a week thing really gets in people's heads because they're like, oh, well, a person without surgery could lose 2 pounds a week. But, we've all done diets before. I personally don't know anybody who has consistently been able to lose 2 pounds a week for a year. Because, if I lose 2 pounds a week for the next year, if I average that, that's over 100 pounds lost, right? 52 weeks in a year, that's 104 pounds that I've lost. That's fantastic. That is 100 pounds in a year. I mean, that would never happen without surgery. It is physically possible for that to happen without surgery, but it's pretty unlikely. And I mean, if I were to lose 10 pounds a month, which I see a lot of people who have had the surgery, a lot of times are around 10 pounds a month at average. 10 pounds a month is 120 pounds lost in a year. So I think it's just so easy to let those numbers derail you. I think I'm doing fine with not having that happen. Of course, I'm not immune to wanting to have all the weight gone already, but I think I'm realistic with the expectations. So, yay. Yay for, I'm almost 45 pounds down since surgery. I'm hoping I'll be there when I come at you guys next week. But hopefully I'll be there at least by the end of the month. If I'm not, I'll get there. I won't sweat it too much. Let's see. Like I mentioned, I have been more active lately really than I have been for really as long as I can remember. I've been hitting the gym 3 times a week. I usually do at least 35 minutes of cardio and then at least like 20 to 30 minutes of strength training. I've got an appointment next month with my personal trainer. My gym has free personal training every 6 weeks, and so I'm meeting with her. I'm working off of the plan that she made for me, and I'm going to meet with her again just to kind of provide some feedback and get some updates. The last time when I met with her originally, it was before my surgery, and so I hadn't really had a chance to test it really until just now, and so I have some thoughts, and I'm really excited. I'm really loving going to the gym. I've been going really early morning, and then I usually go early-ish morning on one of the weekend days. In addition to that, I've been doing a lot of walking. My goal is to hit 7K steps a day. I'm at 10K for today because I had a workout this morning. Workout days are always great. Really easy to hit my steps. I've definitely been hitting that 7K on average. There are always a few days that I don't quite make it. Wednesdays are particularly difficult for me just because I have a 5-hour meeting from noon to 5, and it usually goes over. I had one today as well. It was a nightmare. Anyways, so I have a 5-hour meeting that I can't leave and take a walk during. I usually have to get my actual work done earlier that day, and so I don't have a ton of time to go out and walk. And when I get home, like, it's late, it's 6, 7, I'm hungry, I want to eat. So I often don't get to 7K that day, but I make up for it other days. Let's see, what else? I've noticed that, I mean, sometimes I'll look in the mirror and I don't see a huge difference. Sometimes I do. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I look good. I've mentioned this a few times. I've mentioned this earlier. It's just, I just am liking how I look right now. I'm still significantly overweight. I'm still overweight. I'm still like obese class 3, super morbidly obese, or whatever the hell that is. So I'm definitely voluminous, but I've never been like super, I don't know. I've been self-conscious, that everyone has, but like, I've never hated the way I look necessarily at the moment. I just usually hate it when I see photos and I'm like, wow, is that what I look like? That's okay. But like, I feel like I look good now. I like the way that my face is looking. I want this double chin to go away for real, but I've been taking selfies for Instagram when I get tagged, and I've posted a few that I have like no makeup on, and I like how I look. I think I look fine, and that wasn't really the case pre-op. I think my face was just like so round and puffy that I felt like I needed makeup to sort of make me look more polished. And I've been taking a lot of like just single snap photos. Like, I'm not posing, I'm not doing weird angles, I'm just posting them. And it's cool. That's something that I hadn't really thought too much about pre-op. Like, I didn't realize was a thing or an issue, but it's something that I've noticed now. Right now, I'm happy with how I look. And I'm satisfied with my progress, which is nice to feel. One thing I do want to mention, if you guys aren't following Voodoo Queen, I'll link her as well above. She has been posting a lot of great videos. She used to be known as VSG Tanya, 2011. So she had her VSG a really long time ago, and so she just got a great perspective on someone who's pretty far out. She's been posting a lot about fasting. She does keto, but she posted recently, I think last week, 2 videos that were really great, just kind of about dealing with the mental issues of weight loss surgery, and of like wanting to achieve something. If you want to achieve a goal, you have to realize that there's going to be a point where, in order to get to that goal that you have, you're going to need to make sacrifices elsewhere. And then you need to come to a decision within yourself of, is this goal that I want to achieve worth the things I need to sacrifice in order to get it? And that just really resonated. Going to the gym is something very new to me. And the fact that, like, I've gone to the gym my entire life, but never consistently. And so this is the first time not the first time, I have gone through spurts where I've consistently gone to the gym, but I'm feeling really committed to making this stick. And partially because I am seeing results, and partially because I'm feeling good, and partially just because going to the gym early, sacrificing that extra hour of sleep, maybe not getting the optimal amount of sleep. Like, for me right now, getting that exercise in is worth that sacrifice. And just, they're really great videos. She also made one about, like, thinking about the kind of person you want to become. Like, what, if you want to be a really fit, thin person, thinking about what are those behaviors, what are the thoughts and the behaviors that a person like that has, and then what changes do you need to make to have those thoughts and behaviors. I'm not going to, like, reiterate the whole videos. She does a great job of explaining it, but I really recommend watching those videos. They gave me a lot to think about. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention, maybe the last thing, who knows, it's never the last thing with me. One thing that has been weighing on me, I guess, I don't know if weighing on me, it's been bugging me for a really long time. And it's sort of like one of my pet peeves, I think generally, but I've noticed it a lot in this particular community, is this idea of giving advice based on your own personal experiences as an absolute. I've talked a little bit about this with others. I think I mentioned it today when I was chatting with Survive Sleeve Slay. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll also link that one above. One of the biggest things I see this in is like with daily weighing. A lot of people will just say daily weighing is bad, you know, and they tell newly post-op or pre-op people, don't weigh every day, it's bad. And that really bothers me, because just because something's bad for you in life, in this journey, doesn't mean it's bad for everybody. You can tell someone, I don't daily weigh for myself. I think it's bad for myself because seeing those daily fluctuations has a really big emotional impact on me, and that lasts throughout the day. And my mental health suffers if I go up. So I weigh weekly to avoid that mental stress. That's totally valid, giving your advice, giving your opinion based on what worked for you. But saying you should not daily weigh because it's bad is inaccurate, because just because it's bad for you doesn't mean it's bad for me. Personally, I find daily weighing to be a comfort, and I don't feel mentally or emotionally impacted by the going up or down. I find it more stressful to be doing what I'm doing now, which is weekly weighing, because I have no clue what's going to happen, and it builds up the weekly weigh into a bigger thing in my mind than it should be. I've also historically been being overweight. I've had, a history of avoiding the scale entirely because I knew I was gaining weight. I don't want to avoid the scale when I have bad behaviors, because I know I'm not going to be perfect throughout this journey. And I want to hold myself accountable to weighing even when I think the scale might go up. But I see it with other things too. I know like carbs are like the big thing that, and I know that there's plenty of research, and I don't think that carbs are necessarily good. I'm trying to limit my carbs, especially during the losing phase, but not everybody does that, and people are successful. And just because you know a lot of veterans who claim that the only way to be successful is to not eat carbs, doesn't mean you know all of the veterans of weight loss surgery. I met someone in real life who I work with who had the Ruin wife 15 years ago. She eats carbs. She looks great. She looks like a normal person, a little bit thinner than a normal person. And she's just living her life, and she's a success. And if you choose not to eat carbs, that's totally fine. If you want to explain why you don't eat carbs and the benefits, there's definitely reasons as to why you want to limit carbs, particularly in the losing phase. But there are some people who have conditions where they can't do high fat, and doing only high protein and low fat and low carb is not necessarily mentally or physically sustainable for a long period of time. That leads to binging. There is research on this. So just thoughts, and maybe some advice to those of you who have had the surgery or who are thinking about having the surgery. This journey we have, there are so many commonalities between that we all share. It's such a great. One of the reasons I love making these videos is because I can talk about things, and so many of you relate and share your own experiences, and it makes you feel like you're really supported in a great community of people who know what you're going through, especially when, like I am, surrounded by people who are supportive but have no idea what this weight loss surgery really entails. But it's also just important to note that what works for you doesn't necessarily automatically mean it's going to work for everyone. Just don't couch your advice and your suggestions based on your own personal experience as this is what's going to happen. Don't say this is what's going to happen when you have surgery, because some people experience pain and some don't. And some people have gas issues and some don't. And I see a lot of videos of being like, this is what the liquid phase is going to be like for you. And like, not necessarily. People were like, this is how you're going to do purees. All plans are different. I didn't have a pureed stage. So yeah, I'm just, sorry, a little bit of a vent, but I I think it's so great that there are so many veterans and people who have been through this here to give their advice and their experiences. But I also think it's important to make sure that you're not claiming that your advice is the only one worth following. Sometimes, and there are instances, of course, where there are absolutes, because like, take your vitamins, get your water in. Like, those are not just suggestions and maybe it'll work for you. No, like, you need to be taking your vitamins, you need to be getting in your water. Dehydration is a real issue. I'm talking more about plans you follow, the ways that you deal with the mental aspects of this surgery. We're all different. We all have different bodies. And there are some, of course, physiological, metabolic, biological things at play that will play similarly across the spectrum. But we also have slightly different bodies, and the way bodies respond to things are different. And you don't know people's past histories with dieting and with their metabolism and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if that really made any sense, but it's just something that has been on my mind for quite a while now, and I just wanted to say something about it. Anyways, I am doing well. I hope you can tell that. I am feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling energized, feeling hungry. I'm going to go make dinner right now, and keep an eye out for a video. I think I'm going to have one post on Thursday, and then I have a bunch of new videos coming. I have just been spontaneously inspired to film some things I wasn't expecting, and then I'm not filming the general vague ideas that I've had for weeks and months. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing wonderfully. Happy spring. I'm so excited for spring. I'm so excited for the sun. I celebrated by wearing this tank top and then covered up with a cardigan. But I will talk to you guys all soon, and stay awesome. Bye.